Good afternoon, students. So, as we are discussing about VHDL code for sequential as well as combinational circuits, and earlier we have discussed about combinational circuits. Now we are going to discuss about sequential circuits, and in that yesterday we discussed about latch. So now in today's lecture we are going to discuss about a flip-flop. Now what is mean by flip-flop? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what is mean by flip-flop. Okay. The first thing is that it is a sequential circuit. So now what is mean by sequential circuit?
Sequential circuit means the output is depend upon present input and past output also.
Yes. So that is the sequential circuit. So here we are discussing now about the flip-flop. So what is flip-flop? Flip-flop is a clocked circuit. Okay. So as it is a sequential circuit, that means output of that circuit that depends on a input state as well as previous output state. Okay. So flip-flop, it is a clocked circuit, and this output changes depending on the clock input that is present. So the output of the flip-flop that may change on the active edge of the clock signal. Okay. So here this is the important that in a latch there is no clock present, but here in this flip-flop circuitry it is a clocked circuit, and therefore here output that changes with the active edge of clock signals. Now these flip-flops are widely used in a synchronous circuit to store the data or the information. The flip-flops are used. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about different types of flip-flops. So in that, first of all, we will discuss about D flip-flop. Now what is D flip-flop? This is also called
Delay.
as a delay flip-flop. Yes, it is a delay flip-flop. Now, what is the use of this uh, flip-flop? Where it is used? Okay. Actually, D flip-flop is a widely used flip-flop. So this is the most used flip-flop in a circuits. Okay, so digital circuits, and this is also known as a delay flip-flop, as Prajakta said, as well as it is also called as a data flip-flop. So this D flip-flop, it captures value of the D input at a definite portion of the clock cycle. That means it may be rising edge of the clock signal, or it may be the falling edge of the clock signal. So mostly we are going to see about the active high clock signal, that means rising edge of the clock signal. So whenever there is a clock changes, then whatever is the D input that will be available at the output of that flip-flop. So if we look at the symbol of this D flip-flop, so it is like this. So this is a D flip-flop where D is the one input and another input to this circuit, that is suppose clock. Okay. So this is the another input for this circuit, and then there is output, that is a Q, and there is a one more output, that is a Q bar. Okay. So these are the two outputs that are available for this D flip-flop, and there are two inputs. One is the input D and another one, that is a clock signal. So depending on the rising edge of this clock signal, whatever data available at this D input that will be available at Q. Okay, so let us see now truth table of this circuit. So what we have drawn, that is a symbol, and then after that we are looking for the truth table. Okay, so now let us say the inputs are clock and D, and outputs are Q and Q bar. Okay, so if clock is 0, that time, if D is 0, then whatever is the Q, that same value will be retained by the flip flop, and then Q bar will be there at a Q bar. Okay, if this clock is 0 and D is 1, then also whatever is Q, that will be retained at the output, and this Q bar will be same, that will be present at the आउटपुट. म्हणजे जी काही आधीची कंडिशन असेल सेम कंडिशन राहील जर तुमचं क्लॉक 0 असेल तर. ओके, जरी डी चेंज झाला तरी सुद्धा आउटपुट काहीही चेंज होणार नाहीये. बट व्हेन देर इज अ रायझिंग एज ऑफ दिस clock signal, so that I am indicating with 1. So if clock is 1 and suppose D is 0, then Q will be equal to 0 and Q bar will be 1. At the same time, if clock is 1 and D is 1, then Q will be equal to 1 and Q bar that will be equal to 0. Okay, so that means you will get the output after a certain clock signal. Okay, so here that is why this circuit is called as a delay flip flop, because you are getting this output after certain delay. Okay, now let us see VHDL code for this circuit. So whenever we are writing VHDL code, the first thing that we need to do, that is a library declaration. So library IEEE, then add package. So use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore 1164 dot all semicolon. Besides this library, we are going to add two more in this library we are going to add two more packages. Okay, so arithmetic package and unsigned package, so that we are going to add. So we are adding these two packages also. Sorry, IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore arith dot all. This is the one package, and another package, that is use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore unsigned dot all semicolon. So we have added three packages here. One is the 1164 package, then after that arith package and unsigned package of this IEEE library. Okay, then after this we are going to declare entity. Let us give the name as a DFF is. Okay, and then we are going to declare ports for this. So how many ports are there in this flip flop? किती ports आहेत याच्यामध्ये?
2 ports, output and input.
2 input ports as well as 2 output ports. Okay, so here D and clock, these are 2 input ports. So D comma clock, that is a colon in, and type that we are going to have, that is a std underscore logic. Okay, and then Q, comma. Okay, let us have only one output on here. Q, colon, out, std underscore logic. If you want to declare that also, then you can have this as a QB. I'll say this as a comma QB. Q comma QB colon out std underscore logic, as we have declared all the ports. So completing the bracket and then giving semicolon and then end of this entity. Okay. So I have declared both the outputs, that is a Q and Q bar, with the name that is a QB, and two inputs, that is D and clock. Okay. Whether you can see this, what my screen is visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have ended this entity. Now we'll start writing architecture for this. Architecture. Okay. We'll give the name for this architecture as a behavioral of entity name is a DFF is. Okay. And then we'll start. So begin. Okay. Now as we are going to use a behavioral model, so we need to declare process. Okay. And sensitivity element in this process, that is clock. So here process clock and then begin. Then we will use the statement if clock becomes 1, okay, and clock hyphen event, okay, then
मॅडम ब्लर दिसायले.
जसे दिसतं लक्षात आलं मी काय लिहिलंय ते. क्लॉक जर 1 झाला, so I have assigned clock is equal to 1 value and clock hyphen event. Okay, now this is the meaning of this is that whenever there is a change in a clock signal, in that case, that means now we are considering, as we are going to have clock is going to change as a 1 and at the same time there is a change in the clock signal. That means now this clock is changing from 0 to 1. In that case, then Q will be assigned the value that is D. Okay, and then end of this. Okay, now we have declared Q bar also. So QB that will be assigned to not Q. Okay, and then end of if statement.
Not D
Yes.
पण चालेल ना? QB is
Not
equal
D
to
पण
not of
चालेल.
D.
Yes. Yes, you can write not of D also. So end of if statement, then end of process, and end of behavioral. Okay, so this is the code for D flip flop. Okay, इथे आपण काय केलं की जे काही त्याचं बिहेवियर कसं असणार आहे, क्लॉक प्रमाणे चेंज होणार आहे. सो इन दॅट केस वी हॅव रिटर्न दिस कोड. ओके, सो एव्हरीबडी अंडरस्टूड दिस?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let us proceed for the another type of flip flop, that is a T flip flop. Okay. Now tell me what is mean by T flip flop, how it works. Everybody has learned this earlier. So tell me what is mean by T flip flop. Yes. What is mean
Toggle,
by T flip flop?
toggle flip
It is
flop.
it is a toggle
Toggle.
flip flop. Okay, that means in a T flip flop, on each positive edge of the clock, whenever there is a change in the clock signal from 0 to 1, at that condition, flip flop changes its state from one value to the another, one logic level to another logic level. That means for suppose t is equal to 0, then it will change to 1. Okay, if t is equal to 1, then it will output will change to 0. Okay, so in that way there will be change in the output of this circuit. Okay, so let us draw symbol of this T flip flop. Okay. So this is a symbol of T flip flop where there is an input T, another input that is a clock signal, and two outputs. One is a Q and another one that is a Q bar, which is the inverted output. Okay. So now let us see truth table of this flip flop. Okay. So we have the inputs that is a T, and let us now consider different uh, inputs levels. Okay, so suppose first we will consider what was the output in a previous state, and now in the next state what will be the output. Okay, so Q previous, okay, and Q bar previous, and Q next, and Q bar next. Okay, so for understanding I am writing this in this way. So how this flip flop will have its truth table. Okay, so whenever t is equal to 0, that time suppose previous state that is a q, uh, in a previous state is 0 and q bar is 1, then in the next state, okay,
मॅम पेज
yes,
थोडंसं वरती सरकवता का? खालचं ट्रूथ टेबल नाही दिसत आहे.
I have not
येस
written
मॅम.
yet. Okay, so whenever t is equal to 0, and clock is also 0, that time even if in the previous state q previous is 0, q bar previous is 0, then q next will be also 0 and q bar next that will be 1. That means it will be in a previous state only. Okay, then if clock is 0, q previous is 1 and q bar previous is 0, then in the next, uh, that means after this, you will get q next as a 1 and 0. So that means whatever is the earlier state that will be returned when, sorry, this should be 1, 0. Okay, yes, it should be 0. It will be returned if clock is 0. Okay, now if suppose clock is changing, then in that case, so if t is equal to 0 and q previous is 1 and q bar previous is 0, Sorry. As my mobile is overheating, and that is why I was out of meeting for some time. So I was discussing about truth table. Now suppose if the clock is changing and at the rising edge of the clock, so if t is equal to 0 and previous state of the flip flop was 1 0, that means q was 1 and q bar was 0, then it will change to 1. Okay, it will remain itself as a 1 0 as t is 0, so it will be changing to 1 0. Okay, and if t is 1 and if previous state was 1 0 itself, then it will become as a 0 1. Okay, if t is 1, earlier state was 0 1, then it will become as a 1 0. That means output will toggle with the input. Okay, so this q that will toggle with this, so we will get the opposite to that input. So depending on the clock signal which is present at the inputs of this flip flop. Okay, so here this circuit that will be dependent on the clock signal that is present at the input signal, as well as output that will be dependent on the input t. Okay, so the VHDL code for this circuit, first of all we need to declare library. Then add package. And then we will write entity. Entity TF is, okay, so as this flip flop is a toggle flip flop, that is a T flip flop, so we will give the name to this flip flop as a TF. Okay, and then write ports for this flip flop. So ports are input port, that is a T,
T and clock.
and clock, these are in, and type, that is a STD underscore logic, and outputs that are Q, that is out STD underscore logic. Okay, and then end of this entity. Okay, so here we have declared the ports of this. Okay, if you want to add Q bar also, so that also you can add, and then you can take not Q, and that will give you Q bar. Okay, so I have not written here in this program. If you want, you can add it. Architecture behavioral, I'll give the same name as earlier, behavioral of TF is. Now in this circuit, we will take one signal which we are going to name, we are declaring in the port declaration for in a architecture body. So signal TMP, which is of the type STD underscore logic. This is the temporary signal that we are taking, and then we are going to start with the begin. Okay, so begin, then here the process that need to be declared, the process, and then the sensitivity parameter for this process, that is clock. Beginning of this, and then here if clock is equal to 1, that means and clock hyphen event, then okay. So in this case, what we have taken, if clock is equal to 1 and clock hyphen event, that means there is a change in the clock. So it is changing from 0 to 1. In that case, if t is equal to 1, then temp is equal to same, that is a temp. Okay, that means whatever signal that we have assigned, so it will remain as a same. But else if t is equal to 1, then temp that will be assigned to not temp. Then end of this if statement, end of process. Okay. And now in outside of this process, we are going to assign q, that is to the value 10. And then end of this behavioral. Okay. So what we have done in this, we have taken one signal, that is a temp, and if this clock is changing its value, then if t is equal to 0, then temp will be equal to temp only. But if t is equal to 1, then temp will be not of temp. And then after that, after ending this process, that means after executing this sequential statement, we are going to assign q, that is to this signal, that is temp. Okay. So end of this architecture. So this is about the T flip-flop. Now next to this circuit, we are going to discuss about JK flip-flop. So now what is JK flip-flop? What is JK flip-flop? JK flip-flop, it is the combination of SR flip-flop and T flip-flop. Okay. So it behaves as SR flip-flop when J is equal to S and K is equal to R. That means like how this SR flip-flop behaves, like
एक्सक्यूज मी मॅम, तुमचा व्हॉइस नाही येत आहे. म्यूट केलंय तुम्ही.
Oh, shall I repeat it again then? Okay. So,
Yes, ma'am.
in a JK flip flop, it behaves like a SR flip flop. It takes the value that is J is equal to S and K is equal to R. Okay. So, but this is valid for three conditions only. That means when 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0. But whenever J is equal to K, that is equal to 1, it does not behave like a SR flip flop. Okay. Because in a SR flip flop, when both these inputs are 1, we get invalid state. Okay. That means we get Q and Q bar both equal to 1, and that is not a valid case. So in a JK flip-flop, that condition is not present, but whenever J equal to K equal to 1, it behaves like a toggle flip-flop. So it toggles the output value, and then this that in that way, this is a different than that of the SR flip-flop. But otherwise, for another cases or another condition, it behaves like a SR flip-flop. So this is the symbol of JK flip-flop, where there are three inputs J, K, and the one more input, that is clock, and two outputs, that is Q and Q bar. Okay. So let us see truth table of this circuit. Okay. So inputs and output. So two inputs J and K, and let us consider only one output, that is a Q n plus 1. So that means Q output in the n plus 1 that we are considering as a output in the present state, and Qn that we are going to consider as a output in the earlier state. So when both inputs, that is a J and K, that are 0, 0, output that is equal to Q1, present output that is equal to Qn. That means whatever was the output in the previous state, same output will be present in this state. Okay. If J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1, then output will be equal to 0. Whenever J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, output will be equal to 1. And whenever both these inputs that are 1, then output will be equal to Qn bar. Okay. So it will toggle the output, and then we will get output that is equal to Qn bar, and Qn bar will be equal to Qn. Okay. So this is the truth table for JK flip-flop. Okay. So let us say again, we have Q1 value, J, K, and then Qn plus 1. Okay. So that means we will consider now how this circuit will behave depending on the values of Qn and Jk. What will be the output of this flip-flop? Now let us consider the first case, that Qn is equal to 0. That means in the previous state, output was 0. J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0. Then in this case, present output, what will be present output? That will be equal to 0. Okay. If Qn is equal to 1, J is equal to 0, K is equal to 0, then Qn plus 1, that will be equal to 1. That means whenever J and K both are 0, Qn will be Qn plus 1, that is equal to Qn. Okay. When suppose Qn is equal to 0, J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1, what will be output? No, tell me. मतलब क्वेश्चन करना है?
0.
Yes, it will be 0. Okay, because J will act like a reset. Now suppose Qn is 1, J is again 0, K is 1. What will be output? What will be output? Qn plus 1.
0.
It will be
'Ma'am, 0. मॅम तुम्ही आणि म्यूट केलंय.
sorry. Once again, I was left from this meeting uh, as my mobile is overheating, and that is why there was problem. Okay, but let us start now once again. So I was discussing that now when Qn, that means in a previous state, if Qn is equal to 0, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0. So what will be output? Qn plus 1, that will be equal to 1. Okay, so that means it will set the output. If Qn is 1, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, then also Qn plus 1, that will be equal to 0. Now, if Qn is 0, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, then output will be equal to 1. So that means it will toggle. So Qn plus 1, that will be equal to Qn bar. So output will be 1. If Qn is equal to 1, J is equal to 1, K is equal to 1, in that case Qn plus 1, that will be equal to 0. Okay, so this is the truth table of JK flip flop. Now let us,
एक्सक्यूज मी मॅम.
yes,
मॅम खूप ब्लर दिसतंय.
yes, that's it. Now, is it okay?
नो मॅम.
Is it okay now?
नाही मॅम, अजून पण ब्लरच दिसतंय.
Check now.
मॅम दिसतंय आता.
Okay. So now let us discuss about VHDL code for this circuit. So VHDL code. First, library declaration. Then add packages. Okay, we are going to add arithmetic package as well as unsigned package to this also. So this program. So IEEE and .std underscore logic underscore one arith dot on. Then use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore unsigned dot all. Okay, and then let us go to declare entity. So entity JKF is then port declaration. So port J comma K comma clock all are input and type std underscore logic. Then Q comma QB are the outputs and type std underscore logic bracket complete and semicolon and the end of this entity and JK. Okay. Then let us go to write architecture. Architecture behavioral of JKF is then begin of this architecture and then we will declare one process which has the sensitivity parameter that is a clock. Okay. Then we will add one variable to this process. So that is a variable TMP which is of the std underscore logic type. And then we will start with the beginning of this process. Okay. So begin. Then if clock is equal to 1 and clock hyphen event, that means there is a change in the clock signal. Then if J is equal to 0 and K is also equal to 0, then what will be TMP? That is the variable that we have declared that will have the value that is equal to TMP only. Okay, so here that means we are assigning whatever is the TMP's value to this TMP only. So else if J equal to 1 and K equal to also 1, then TMP that is equal to, so that means it is assigned to, so assignment, as this is the variable, so we are assigning immediate value. So for this is the syntax, that is the colon equal to not TMP. Else if J equal to 0 and K equal to 1, then TMP that is assigned to 0, and else TMP that is assigned to 1. So end of this if statement. And again if statement, as we have used two if statements, so end of both the if statements, then Q is assigned to the value that is a TMP, and QB that is assigned to not TMP. End of this process then, and end of the behavioral. Okay, so this is the VHDL code of JK flip-flop. Okay, so anybody has doubt about this code?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let us stop for today, and so let us stop for today. We will discuss about next circuits in the next lecture. Okay, so today we'll stop.